All right, good people. Hey, how's it going out there? I am Jillatize coming to you from the Dungeons and Flagons gaming studio. I thought today might be a good day as I was working on layouts for the live stream coming up on Thursday. Holy shit, that's tomorrow. As I was working on the layouts for that and checking the camera and mics and all that good stuff, I kind of thought to myself, what did I not know? Because I just started 2 months ago. What did I not know about OBS then that I know now? And if I was a new streamer, what would I want to know? So you are currently looking at just the main monitor. And of course, we have no cameras or anything in here, but I didn't want to give you a blank screen. So I realized you're looking at basically a mirrored version of my main monitor. And that's how it would show up on OBS. If you're going to be new to this thing or you're going to start streaming, this is what it would look like. I game like this. Other people game with just a game capture or whatever, and it doesn't really matter what's on your main screen as long as your game is showing up, right? Or how you do it. As long as your game is showing up and what you want to appear on the frame is showing up. Currently, we have nothing in chat, so I can see chat on my phone, but we have nothing in here because I want to show you how to add those docs as well. We're just going to kind of go quickly through OBS and talk about how to make a layout, how to set it up, and how to put in your mics and get those to sound decent. Hopefully my audio is okay. If you're having any issues, feel free to let me know in chat. Hey, Keebler, what's going on? Okay, so let's get into it. So first I got a demo layout that I just assigned here, and you can hit the plus sign down at the bottom when you're going to add a scene to OBS. And you're going to title this whatever you want to title it. For this purpose, I titled it Demo Layout, as you can see here, just so you guys could see the screen, obviously. We haven't inserted any cameras at this point, so you're going to title your scene, and that's going to pop up right down here, and that's going to be the demo layout. Next up, you're going to go and put something on that scene, and for this purpose, I use display capture, and that's just going to show my main monitor, which is what you got here. Now, normally I run two monitors, so I run OBS on my second monitor so that you guys can't see all this, right? You're just seeing the game or whatever I have on the screen at the time. But obviously for this purpose, in order to show you, we put it on the main monitor. So, okay, so then we are going to add something to this. Now, this is just really blank, right? We need to figure out how to make this a little better, or maybe you just want to put your cameras in here. And for my purposes for the live stream, I am putting several cameras on one layout. So trying to juggle that and figure out what to put in the background can sometimes be a bit of a challenge. And so we will talk about it. There are very easy ways to do this. Obviously, you can use some of the main stuff. Let's go back to a live scene. And we'll go back to what I normally use when I'm playing or gaming. So just to show you, right, this is me. And we have the actual layout with all the stuff up top, the followers, all that good stuff. Fragilities, thank you for the follow. And also, we have some other fun stuff here for chat to do and all that. We will go back now and show you how to get all that in there. So the main monitor is the most important thing, or whatever you're going to use. You could use window capture. You could technically just use game capture. And then that's not going to show your whole screen. It'll just show when a game is open. So there are those options also. Now, if we want to add an image and make an image background, we can do that. For this instance, let's just say we want to take your logo. So I have that already on another scene, so I'm going to add that in. If you were going to actually, let's just do it from scratch. So if you were going to add, let's say, your logo or another picture to it. Hey, what's going on? Tama Bedlam 777. Welcome to the stream. Hope your day is going well. So we're talking about how to make a layout in OBS for new streamers today. People who have never worked with OBS before. Just wanted to make a video about it. I may post this on YouTube later if I can get it edited. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so stream branding. Let's see. Let's pick up something like, let's say Baldur's Gate. I mean, you can use any picture you want to. So let's say we want to make a layout with this in the background. And this isn't even the right, there we go. So you go into transform, and then you go to stretch to screen, and that's going to make your picture fill up the entire screen. And then you can drag these back and forth, right? So you can, they're layers. So you can take them down here at the bottom. In sources, you can actually drag one underneath the other one. Okay, so now we'll go back to the main monitor. And we'll drag that on top. And then we're going to make this smaller. Now, if we do that, obviously you see now that that's on top of our photo, right? So whatever you want to capture could technically be underneath a photo or some sort of artwork that you wanted to put behind it. And then you could just put your capture right in the middle of that and then have your artwork behind it. So that's a very simple way to do a quick layout or to put a camera into the layout. So now we want to talk about how to put a camera in there. So now I have several video capture devices, right, that are hooked up. So I have like 4 different capture devices, and you can see the group cam, mainstream cam, video capture devices. These are all for around the table when we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and those are already set up. But let's add the mainstream cam, and you can see I can go through. Oh my god, that is so blurry right now. That'd have to be focused. But we can go through and look at, let's say, our main camera. Let's see, and let's get that. I don't even know if that showed up, actually. Let's remove that real quick. I don't know if you guys, I am still 2 months in, right? So if you guys know something better. No, Keebler, I actually said let's get to it earlier. You probably joined right after that. You missed out on the let's get to it. Maybe next time. So we're gonna add a video capture device, and I think it's because it's already existing, right? So mainstream cam is going to be this one. Yeah. So there we go. So we put a stream cam in here, and we can go ahead and reduce that. So obviously you don't want to cover up your game or whatever you're trying to broadcast. So, and we can even take that off to the side for now. And we will up the size of our game and just put it over our main layout. Okay, now we're going to go back into our stream cam. We're going to grab that and drag it back over. Oh, hey, how's it going? So now we are inside the video or whatever you want, and you may want it up here or over here, depending on what game you're playing. You may want to change this around because you don't want to cover up like health bars or something that's important or integral to the game, right? Okay, so now we have our main camera in there, and let's make that really small. I don't feel like being on TV today. All right, so we take our main camera and we put that on there, and then you basically have your layout for streaming. The only thing that you'd have to add at this point would be some sort of like alerts or chat alerts, any of the stuff that you want to show up on the stream, and we'll make that a little bigger. But any stuff that you would want to add on the stream. Now, personally, I use browser sources to get some alerts. I use browser sources in order to put up. What else do I have on there? I think I have the boss battle deal. And then I think in a couple of the other layouts, I'm using browser sources for some other alerts, maybe chat alerts, and then I have something about maybe a hype meter or something. But okay, so we want to put in some other stuff, right? We want to pretty this up a little bit. And we can do that. Let's say we want to add an image, or I think it was a media source. So there'd be a media source. And I already have mine in here. Obviously, you would go to and browse for whatever media source you're trying to use, but you can use a lot of different stuff. You can use JPG formats, you can use MOV formats, and you can basically put whatever you want on the stream. If I wanted to, here's a fire spin. Now, understand that you can't use other people's artwork. Not cool. So you need to make sure that you're paying for the licenses for whatever artwork you're using, or use something original that's already yours. You definitely don't want to get into copyright issues or things like that. But for example, I bought the licenses to this fire spin animation. And so if we look at that, it is rather big. And I'm actually using this for the D&D live streams for the background because I already have little specks of fire going off in my main layouts. I figured that having the little specks of fires on the sides wouldn't look too terrible in the D&D live streams. So we're going to fit this to the screen. And then you have a small animation, which will now play on your feed. Now you could run anything through here. You could be running a past game or game video or something like that. This is how a lot of these guys are probably getting their gaming videos on the layout, so that they're always showing a preview of whatever they had just done. Yeah, so there's that. And you could put this anywhere. Maybe you just wanted to keep it as a sure, we'll just throw it and it'll snap to your other camera. So you could just put this above yourself, or whatever animation you wanted to have on there. And there you go. Simple as that. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is going to be the microphones. And we will go in here and take a look at that. So here's my main mic. And I have to change in between on Windows as well, the mics before I stream, to capture all the mics, because I have two mics above my table, and then I have the main mic that I'm not using during the live streams of D&D. We're going to go into filters, and you're going to add some of these deals in, right? So you add a noise suppression in there. It's going to help to take out some of that background noise, maybe your computer fan, or whatever, your uncle eating chips on the couch, those kinds of things. Your compressor, and these are the settings that I have, and obviously you're going to have to play with these. The only thing that I found is like the attack and release, probably one at 1 millisecond. The only drawback to that is like you can't say something you wouldn't want to say and keep it hidden. So if you started to, because it'll cut off the first parts of your word. So if you started to say like, fuck, you couldn't catch yourself in the middle of that, because there is no attack time, right? So 1 millisecond, it's a hot live mic all the time. But you can change any of these settings to make yourself sound a little bit better. And obviously if I turn things up, I'm going to sound a little louder, and I like to keep that at about 1. Okay. So then you have the limiter. Now the limiter, I keep it negative 9 dB. This is something that just keeps everything from going into the red. And no matter how loud I get, it is going to limit me from being overly loud, or having some loud crashing sound in the background as everything falls off the ceiling. And then I also have a VST2 plugin. Now you can download these. You just go online and look for VST2 2X plugins. You will find a bunch of stuff. This is from Reaper, ReAQ, which is an EQ device. And if we open the plugin interface, we're going to see an actual EQ. Now this is not set up at all. I literally just set this up for this stream today, and I left it intentionally way above where I would normally have it. Normally there'd be like a high pass filter here. So, or is that right? No, a low show filter. No, high show. I don't know. I'm all screwed up. Yeah, no, a high pass filter we would put on the front of this so that we would exit out and get some of those deep tones out of there, so it wouldn't be quite as loud. And what else do we want to talk about here? Let's see. So we have this EQ, and you can drag these around and make this sound however you want. For the purposes of this stream, I went ahead and left it like this. I thought it sounded okay. I'll probably change this again when I have a group behind me at the table, running through two mics. So this is probably going to get changed again, but we will leave that on there. And that just kind of helps your mic to sound a little bit fuller and a little bit better. One of those things that a lot of people just forget to throw on there, and then they just don't have a very great mic sound. And I'm not saying mine's awesome because I'm no expert, but again, we're just kind of taking you through and showing you some of these things we could do. So now I use Own3D. I'm not sponsored or paid by them at all, but they do have some really cool things that you can add. So if you have your alerts, you can add your own 3D alerts right through here, and really you're not going to see anything, but you can set this up so that it's and we're going to transform this, put this let's see, horizontally or vertically, I'm sorry, no, horizontally. So we'll drag this back down, we'll snap it to the bottom of the page, and then we're going to transform, and we're going to center that horizontally. So now it's right in the middle of your screen. At the bottom, and your alerts will show up there if you get a follow, things of that nature. So we have that in there now. Another thing you may want to add is your own, let's see, the labels. Okay, so now this is, I'm just putting these in right now, it looks like the last followers, because I'm not even affiliated yet. So not a big deal to have everything in there, but let's say we wanted to put our followers on the screen. And there we go. We have fragilities on there. Which, I don't know, could be a bot. I have no idea. But, okay, we're going to go with another source, and we're going to put a text source in here. We need to say something about the followers. Now, you might have an overlay that you can get from Own3D. You can put your overlays up here that would basically have your new followers, subscribers, all that kind of stuff. And you see that on a ton of streamers' layouts. But just for this purpose, we want to add everything ourselves, right? We're not buying any layouts or doing anything. So you would put your text alerts in here. You can put your chat in here, all that good stuff. So right now we're going to go to a text source, and we are going to, let's see, latest follower, I already have one. So there's my message to new followers. We're going to drag this around. Let's see, where do we want this? I don't know. Let's snap it to the top here. And this would show up then over your game. So, and again, you can drag this behind and all that. Here's our main monitor here, so that shows you where it is in the chain of events. But all these other things would be on top of it. So obviously we drag our camera behind, camera disappears. So you can just basically use this as layering for the whole deal. Okay, so we take our text, and then we want to move our, the follower down there underneath the text. And again, this will snap to the upper part of the text. Probably drag this down a little bit, and we'll keep it in the actual frame of the game. Okay, and we can just snap that underneath, or we can try to center that underneath the other one. And then you just have this up top. Now, that, understand, if you were to put this and make this big, it would cover up part of your game. So you want to watch that. You don't want your health bars and all that stuff that you want the audience to see. You don't want to be covered up by that kind of stuff. So essentially we've made a layout. Now you get to something, let's see, like this. Oh, look, somebody's at the door. Who heard the doorbell? Okay, real life stuff. So they are burying a fiber optic cable in the backyard, and the utility guy is here to go mark all that off for them. So here's your main live scene layout. And again, you're going to see me, but now you're going to see whatever's on the screen. So you're most likely seeing the Dungeons&Flagons logo on my main desktop. And that's basically how that works. And you can play any game through there. Feel free to hit me up on socials or that kind of thing. If you have any questions, I have no problem helping out anybody who is trying to learn this stuff. But there's my main layout. Again, I just threw this boss battle thing on there. And I also have the, the new cheers, donations, subscribers, all that good kind of stuff. Pretty soon will be affiliated. Thanks for stopping through, man. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Yeah, I have all the main stuff on there on the main layout. And again, I was working on like the map and D&D layouts. So looking at some of these other layouts, you can see where we're kind of at here. And table cam with the map. Then we have the dice cam. And of course, there'll be a dice box here. And then you have your other two cams, and we're going to be running Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And that'll be starting tomorrow with session 0. We have our DM cam there, which is completely out of focus. Hi, I'm back here. Yeah, and then we have our other 3 cameras there. So that's with all 4 cameras. That just looks so cool to me. I think we will, I think we'll be doing good things here in the future. Let's go back to our demo layout. So yeah, hopefully this helped you out to learn how to make at least the initial parts of your layout. Knowing that you can put your own art and things like that in there is it's important to put your own style and branding on things. And we will actually probably delete this layout. But I hope this helped a few of you to work on audio and to add some filters. And also another thing to check that I wish I knew. I'm getting echo with the DM camera. Oh, okay. Well, that was because the iPhone was audio was working. Okay. Well, hey, we're gonna get out of here. But hopefully this helps some of you guys to figure out how to make some layouts, and I'll try to edit up this video a little bit and then get something up on YouTube. You guys have a good day.